Hello everyone. Today we will learn a new chapter in English grammar, that is punctuation. I know that you all are aware with the use of punctuation marks, and these marks make it easy to read and understand a passage. So now let's look at the most commonly used marks of punctuation. So the first punctuation mark is a full stop. The full stop is added at the end of a sentence. It is also added after abbreviation for the titles and degrees. You should know that whenever we end a sentence, we put a full stop there. As well as when we have an abbreviation, means a short form, we use full stop over there or in between. Like we have the word UNO. We have dot in between, means full stop in between. Next is question mark. It is easy. A question mark is used at the end of a question, and to ask a question we put a question mark at the end of it. Next we have exclamation mark. If you know what are the exclamatory sentences, then you might know about the exclamation mark as well. It is used in the following conditions, and the first one is at the end of an exclamatory sentence or with an interjection expressing a sudden strong feeling. Bravo, very well played indeed. Here you are expressing a sudden strong feeling, so there you use exclamatory mark. With words like what or how to express strong emotions. For example, what a wonderful painting, how lovely to meet you. Next condition is at the end of a funny or an ironic sentence or a sentence expressing coincidence. For example, she was at the coffee shop today as well. So you are just putting an ironic sentence by having a coincidence in the sentence. So these are some of the conditions where we use exclamation mark. Then the next one is comma. A comma denotes a brief pause in the sentence. It can be used for the following conditions. There are so many. First is to separate a series of words, phrases or clauses in a sentence. For example, Mahatma Gandhi was loved by the high and the low, the rich and the poor. I have several friends who are adventurous, daring and love traveling. Then the next condition is to separate a noun used for addressing someone from the rest of the sentence. This also applies to words like yes, no and oh. Rachel put those books on the table. This is the first example. Then yes, I have placed the order for the new book. Here you can see the place for comma. The next condition is to separate question tags from the rest of the sentence. For example, he is too big for his boots, isn't he? Then to separate one part of the date from other. For example, May 7, 1961. Then the next punctuation mark is semicolon. Now what is that? A semicolon is used to separate independent clauses not joined by a conjunction. For example, Varun is a basketball player. He also plays the violin. Here you can see that these are two sentences and they are not connected by a conjunction. That's why we have joined a semicolon. The next punctuation mark is colon. A colon is used to introduce a list. You use it so often. Example, 3 things make us human: our compassion, our creativity and our strength. You are showing a list here. That's why you are using a colon over here. Whenever you write for a list, you use it. Next one is dash. Don't you think it's quite easy to understand? A dash is used in the following situations. The first one is in pairs to insert an explanation in the middle of a sentence. For example, The process, as described by Archimedes, involved the use of giant pulleys. This is extra information and the sentence would make complete sense without it. Are you getting this? Next condition is to introduce a list. Everyone, teachers, students and parents approved the new timings for extracurricular activities. So this is also used here. You use dash so often as well. I have mentioned already. Now next punctuation mark is hyphen. A hyphen is used in the following situations with compound words, numbers and adjectives. For example, passerby, 33, state of the art. The next condition is to add a prefix to a word, cooperative, postmodern. Hyphen is quite smaller than the dash. Then the next one is apostrophe. This one is my favorite. An apostrophe is used in the following situations. First is to indicate the possessive form of a noun. For example, Mary's dress, Sujay's book, children's day, Brutus' sword. Next condition is to form contractions. Contraction means to make the word short. He is happy. You can see that I have used an apostrophe to make he is in a contracted form. Then the next condition is to denote units of time, money and space. We use an apostrophe. For example, a day's journey, a rupee's worth, a meter's length. Then the next one is inverted commas. These are quite easy, but many of you commit mistakes while writing it. So keep this in mind. They are like 66 and 99. When we talk about the beginning or the inverted comma begins, we will be writing 66. That is inverted comma begins. And when we end the sentence and we are to write the inverted commas, that is inverted comma ends, we'll be using 99 over there because they look similar. 66 inverted comma, 99 inverted comma close. So here, where do we use it? We use it to mark off the words of the speaker from the rest of the sentence in direct speech. For example, Raj said, "It has been a while since we have met." Dimple said, "Would you like to visit the amusement park with me?" So these are some quoted words of someone. Next is to denote names of poems and short stories. Whenever you write any poem's name, you will be using an inverted comma. The example is, have you read Where the Mind is Without Fear by Tagore? Next punctuation mark is capital letters. Capital letters are used in the following situation. For the first and the foremost thing is for proper nouns, like for your name, for my name, for any country's name, you use capital letter. For example, Sachin Tendulkar, London, the Himalayas. Next is to begin the words of the speaker in the direct speech. Yes, whenever you write in inverted comma, you need to begin the sentence inside it with a capital letter. Then at the beginning of the sentence, this you know already. Next we have to write the pronoun I. Whenever or wherever you write I in the middle of the sentence or in the beginning of the sentence, you have to write I in capitals only. For example, my brother and I are going on a trip to Ladakh. Even if it is coming in middle, you will be using it as in capital letter. And there are few more uses of capital letters you all are aware of. So I hope till here you don't have any problem and you know all the types of punctuation marks. This is the basic knowledge. I hope that the chapter is clear to you all. Thank you, students.